got pulled over and they searched the car. I wasn't driving. Someone else was driving. And the drugs were inside the body of the vehicle. I was a female in the game. I wasn't just worried about the cops.
FBI, open up!
The trauma was pretty crazy.
So, at what age did you went to prison?
20.
Paint a picture for me, right?
20 years old.
How did he start it?
I knew that the cops were fixing to go in on my dad.
Enemy spotted.
And he'd just gotten out of prison about a year before. So I actually took all the drugs. Well, I had mom and dad, the typical family that you would think. But, I mean, it was really, we had money. We lived on the country club.
What was going on behind closed doors?
Lots of alcoholism, drug addiction.
So what kind of drugs were your parents involved?
Methamphetamine and lots of alcohol. I didn't save any money. Are you kidding? I spent all the money.
Oh.
Yeah. There was nothing smart
Was she selling here in Oklahoma or going to other states?
No, only Oklahoma. Yeah, I never crossed state lines. I went to a medium maximum security prison first, and I will tell you that was an experience.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from around the world. Yeah. Welcome on another episode on One-on-One on K84 Podcast with your host and friend, Kenna the Greatest. Yeah. We actually a great guest in the building. So, hey, you know what? Become part of the K84 family and community. Just go like, follow, share, subscribe on all social media platforms and stay connected. Stick around, the show kicks off right after this.
It's KKATL, turn up, it's official.
Alright, before we proceed to give you what you need, let me say this, right? If you got a story to share, or if you want to do business, or sponsor, or advertise, you know what I mean, on this platform or wherever, hey, just text the number you see on your screen and we will get back with you. So, hey, you know what? Who is my guest on the episode today?
Deanise Smedley, co-founder of the Cabinet Ladies, a multi-million-dollar construction company in Oklahoma. She grew up in a well-to-do family. Her life took a difficult turn as she got involved in drugs and crime, leading to 2 prison sentences. Determined to change, she rebuilt her life, transformed her future, and rose to become a successful entrepreneur. Her story is one of resilience, redemption, and personal transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Deanise Smedley on One-on-One on K84 Podcast.
All right. How you doing, Miss Deanise?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm grateful. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful. But before we delve into the conversation today, right, I love to ask my guests these random questions, right?
Okay.
So you choose one, you select one. So Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
All right. So Red Bull or Monster?
Red Bull.
So Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
Why Christmas?
It's all about giving and being just happy.
Okay. So iPhone or Samsung?
Samsung.
Why Samsung?
I used to be an iPhone user and I changed over to Samsung, and actually I think the camera is better. It has a lot more apps. It's easier to work with.
Oh, okay. So analog or digital?
Digital.
Why?
I don't know. In all reality, I don't know. I just like it digitally better.
Okay. So hey, let's delve into the conversation, bro. Yeah. So how was life like growing up?
I had a pretty challenging childhood. I come from a long line of drug addicts and alcoholics, so domestic violence, everything. So I grew up pretty rough. The trauma was pretty crazy. And so through all of it, though, I've learned a lot. So to back up a little bit, I also got into the drugs and the alcohol.
Okay, you know what? Just we're gonna get into that. So, did you grow up like in a single household, or like did you grow up in a family unit, like mom and dad in the family?
Well, I had mom and dad, the typical family that you would think, but I mean, it was really, we had money. We lived on the country club, but when the doors closed, that's when the true family started. Nobody on the outside world knew anything, had any idea of what was going on behind the doors.
So what was going on behind closed doors?
Lots of alcoholism, drug addiction.
So what kind of drugs were your parents, involved?
Methamphetamine, and lots of alcohol.
At what age did you got exposed to that?
2 or 3. I mean, it's all my life.
So what influence that had on you as a young girl through your teenage life, through your adult life?
A lot of influence. I thought that was normal. To me, that's what normal life was. That's what the chaos, the being just never knowing what was going to happen at any moment. That's the fight or flight. I stayed in that my whole life. There was never a stopping point. Family vacations and stuff, we'd be all happy to go. But as soon as we'd get there, the drugs and the alcohol, they'd start fighting and the blood would start. Just unbelievable amount of domestic violence. It was crazy. So there was never any good times anymore. It was always, if there was something happy, you never knew when something bad was going to happen and you just expected it. So you didn't know, you could never really be happy because you knew something bad was about to happen. So that has really formed how I used to be. I've really worked on that to be able to accept happiness. But that was a big thing for me.
So have you had a one-on-one conversation with your dad or your mom about, what happened growing up? Because it had effects on you.
They've both passed away.
So you never had that conversation with?
Well, I would try, but they would never admit that they had any part in it because they were still actively using.
So they did it till they died?
Did it till they died.
Oh.
Yes.
I see. So at what age did you decided to take it to the next step or the next level? Like, hey, you saw them doing it, but hey, let me take it because we are all product of our environment, and the things we see our parents or the people around us doing, we take it to the next height or the next, level. So at what age, did you went deeper into that lifestyle?
Yes. Yes. My parents were more along the lines of just users. Well, when I got into it, I was like, pay for it? No. So I became a dealer. And by doing that, I became more addicted to the game and the lifestyle because I was already used to the chaos. That was normal. And it really goes a little deeper than that in all reality because that's how I got validation. Even as a kid, at 12 years old, I started selling drugs for my parents.
Oh.
So when
they were buying drugs from you?
Yes. And no. Yes and no.
Wait, hold
They
on.
would buy
what
from me.
was the yes and was the no? Let's start with the yes.
Okay. Yes, they would buy from me, but I would also sell to them, depending on who had the best deal going on. So that's how I had my validation. The better I was at selling drugs, providing drugs, the more they liked me.
So at what age was she doing that?
12.
Wow. So you had the entrepreneur spirit right from you at that age.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just continued on and continued on till I landed myself my first prison sentence.
So at what age did you went to prison?
20.
Paint a picture for me, right?
20 years old.
How did you start it? You know what I mean? What were you doing that moment that the cops got you?
I knew that the cops were fixing to go in on my dad, and he'd just gotten out of prison about a year before. So I actually took all the drugs, went into his house, because I saw him down the road when I was pulling up. So I went into his house, took all the drugs, and left. And when they came in, they were like, she has them. And they came and got me. That's how I got my first prison sentence.
Oh, so how long did you set?
3 years.
Okay. 3 years, and then you came back at 23. Did you stop or you still kept on going?
I stopped for a little while, but then I was still young and hadn't had any rehab. Prison is not rehab. Prison is take you further into the game, is all prison is. Unless you're mature enough to actually be focused on something other than the chaos and the games on the prison yard.
So did you fear going to prison?
No,
You had no fear.
no fear.
So it was like, okay, all right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I was too young. I was too young and dumb. Let's just admit it. Young and dumb back then to be scared of really too much of anything. I was just like, meh, here we go. And came out and stayed sober for about 4 years.
And
And
went back.
moved my mom in with me because she needed a place to live. And then here we go with the same cycle. Same cycle picked back up. And that was probably 2005. And got in trouble again.
Oh, okay, so hold on.
Okay.
Take me back to the prison life, right?
Okay. Well, this was state prison.
State prison. So your first day in that prison yard. Paint the picture for me. I want to know what was the reaction of the people you went to meet. What was the experience?
Well, I went to boot camp.
Okay.
They called it FORT. It was Female Oriented Regimented Treatment. Anyways, boot camp in the prison yard. And so basically, it was sergeants yelling at me. I had to make my bed a certain way, physical exercise, just like boot camp. And classes and stuff. And then I after that, went into general population. And to be real fair, there wasn't nothing to it.
Did you join gangs?
No.
So how
The
did you stay
female
out of trouble?
prison isn't quite like the men's prison. It's not all that violence, at least in Oklahoma State minimum security. Now, I don't know about higher security in Oklahoma State. I don't know because I was never there. Minimum security, really not a whole lot going on like that. I mean, you could find the drugs are all there. But it's what do you want, you know? I didn't want to use while I was there. So I didn't. And I kept my nose clean and did my time and got out.
Did you make friends over there?
Not really. Not acquaintances.
Okay.
Big difference. Now, the young 23-year-old self probably would have told you different. I'd been like, oh, yes, they were my friend, blah, blah, blah. They weren't.
Okay.
I know better now.
I see. How is a day-to-day life in prison like?
You get up early. Well, can we wait on that conversation until we go to my Fed prison sentence?
Okay.
Yeah. because that's when state really was just kiddie camp.
Oh.
That's kind of how I call it, because it was state minimum security, and then I went to a work release, and it was just kiddie camp.
All right. You got back from prison, right? You go sober for about 4 years. Mm-hmm. And then why or what happened? Then you decided, like, hey, I'm going back to the old life.
You know, I don't know exactly what happened, other than I got back around my family. And they were still using, and to fit in with my family, I had to use it. My family would literally call me the Nazi
Oh.
if I wasn't using. Oh God, here comes the warden. Here comes the Nazi, you know, because I'm one of those people. I'm either in or I'm out. I don't play the middle ground. I'm all in or all out. So when I was all out, I was alone. But when I was all in, my family loved me. So basically, it took me right back down that path again. And that's when I started using again. I also met my husband then, and we moved in together. Of course, I wasn't married to him yet, but we moved in together, went down that path, and in and out of rehabs, all that. Never did stay sober long. And then I ended up going to federal prison.
Before that, how did you meet your husband?
We all did drugs together. Yep.
So where you were like dealing, selling, distributing, and all of that, where were you getting it?
Where was I getting it?
Yep.
Mexico.
So you traveled all the way to Mexico?
I didn't. Other people did.
Oh. So how was the transaction like? Did they have a specific place they come drop it and then you pick it up, or do you meet in person, or how is it like?
Just meet in person, grab it, and go. See you later. Here's some money.
Oh.
Pretty straightforward.
How did you meet those people in that circle?
You know, it's no different. It's no different than going for a job interview.
Okay.
You're around those people because you're in that life. And then people hear about you, they talk about you, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, the higher up people are like, oh, well, a lot of people are talking about her, so let's get in contact with her. And it's just kind of it's a network. It's a job. And it's kind of treated as a job. Basically, you get kind of like an interview.
Was she not scared every day looking up on your shoulder like, hey, I may get busted?
Yeah. I was a female in the game. I wasn't just worried about the cops. I didn't want to get, stole from. I didn't want to get robbed. Didn't want to, everything that can happen in the game. That's not, especially where I got on the level of the game.
How long do you keep on trading and selling?
I don't know, a little while, a couple years. And then, then I did get busted and I ended up with a federal case. And that was the change in my life.
Okay.
My daughter's birthday is the 13th of July. On the 12th of July, I gave her birthday present early because I knew I was going out doing stuff I shouldn't be doing.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, here's your birthday present in case I don't see you. So it was like I already knew. And of course,
you being in the game, selling and trading and doing all those illegal stuff, right? What was your husband doing? Was he co-partner in the game, or he was just, you know what I mean?
He worked, and I mean, I'm not saying he was sober by any means, but he did not sell and all of that. He worked. I think it was just because of how I was brought up. That's what I gravitated toward. I never was happy just doing drugs. I always wanted to be out selling drugs.
So you wasn't doing it, but selling it.
I did it too, but not to the extreme other people did. I was more about selling it. That's what was fun to me. It was a little different than just the chemical addiction. I was addicted to the lifestyle. Everything about it.
Fast money.
Fast money, just going out partying all the time. I never wore the same outfit twice. I went shopping every single day for a new outfit every day. Just little things that it was just different. And I liked the lifestyle back then. And that's what I did it for.
Was she saving those money in the bank, or how do you guys save money?
I didn't save any money. Are you kidding? I spent all the money.
Oh.
Yeah. There was nothing smart about it for me. I spent the money on stupid stuff.
You never buy or bought no properties, or you know what
No.
I mean?
No.
And was your husband not advising you that, hey, we got to
No.
do something?
No, he wanted more drugs. You know, I was feeding everybody's hand with drugs, so everybody loved me. Do you see what the key is there?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anything other than everybody loved me, and that's how I got my love. That's how I made everybody happy. That's how everybody wanted to be around me.
Was she selling here in Oklahoma or
Yes.
going to other states?
No, only Oklahoma. Yeah, I never crossed state lines.
Okay. How did the main day or the D-Day happen for you when you got arrested? How did it happen?
Got pulled over, and they searched the car. I wasn't driving. Someone else was driving. And the drugs were inside the body of the vehicle. And they brought the dogs, took them forever. They finally found it. Yada, yada. Next thing you know, boom, boom, Fed case. Because it was a substantial amount. And that was it.
Who was driving with you at that time?
Just this guy.
Was he also arrested?
Yes. But he didn't get in trouble.
So you took out the charge? You took out the charge for yourself?
Yes.
Why?
I didn't have a choice.
So where is he now?
I have no idea. He had the choice, and he made it. It was his car. He was driving. They found drugs on him, but somehow I still caught the case. Yeah.
Tell me.
That's the way it goes in the feds.
Tell me. Your first day in the federal prison, how was the experience like?
So I went to a medium maximum security prison first, and I will tell you that was an experience.
I want to know. Share with us.
That was crazy. Just you get up in the morning, you go eat breakfast, but the whole time you're on guard because fights are breaking out. There's just, you never know what's going to happen. Who's going to be around? I mean, there was serial killers in there. Every kind of crime you could think of for the feds, they were in there.
Did you have conversation with some inmates
No.
in there? You're just by yourself.
I'm 5'9" and I can look real mean. And I'm not, but I can portray that. But I'm far from mean.
Did you got attacked in the prison?
No. No, I worked out.
No.
Went out, ran on the track, worked out. I did electrical school, carpentry school, paralegal school, any class I could possibly get into. Because remember, that first day, I'd never used again. I still have not ever used drugs again. So I wish I could write the judge, which I could, I guess, write that judge a letter that gave me that 110 months because he saved my life. So anyway, that being said, prison was definitely a different experience. Oh, the best one was when the tornado hit the prison.
Oh, tell me that.
Oh my gosh. So we're here in Oklahoma.
And it was, what year was that?
Let's see, had to have been like 20, 16, maybe 15 or 16.
Okay.
Yeah. You can look it up. Aliceville, Alabama, when the tornado hit the prison. I was in the prison when it hit. So, here in Oklahoma, we know when the tornadoes come, the sky turns this green color. We know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they don't know that there. We knew it was coming. I was
So
in
you
my...
were 7 time in Alabama, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I was in my cell because they locked us all down because the weather. And I was like, oh, Lord, it's coming.
Dang.
And all of a sudden, it just got real quiet. And the pressure
No
changed.
sirens, like, man.
There are no sirens there. The guards leave. They go hunker down somewhere. You're on your own. Good luck.
So did people escape?
No. There's a big fence around it, and we were all locked in cells. So, no, there was no escaping. But in the prison cells, there's like a cell, and then there's a pipe chase, and then another cell and a pipe chase. All of a sudden, all the water sucked out of the toilet. Oh. And the pipe chases all went bing, 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 bing.
That's
all
crazy.
Throughout the whole cell block.
Dang.
Yeah. Then the fire sirens started going off and blinking lights and all this noise. And, of course, the wind and the stuff hitting the building. A car ended up in the warden's office.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. So that all, that was over within 5 minutes. And it took forever for the guards to even come around to see what happened.
So was anybody injured or
No,
there?
nobody was injured.
Okay.
So that was a good thing. But then we were locked in our cells for the next month. That sucked.
Oh.
That sucked. Because there's no phone, no email, nothing. Because you're locked in your cell. 23 hours a day. They would rotate us out 5 at a time every 2 or 3 days to take a quick shower and go back to your cell. That was it.
So while you was in prison, what was going on in your mind? Would you like, hey, when I come back, I'm going to continue that same old lifestyle?
Oh,
you
no.
want to turn a new leaf?
I was done with that lifestyle. That's why I went to school doing everything I could think of. I was just super motivated to change. And so I got transferred from that Medium Max facility over to the Bryan camp. And that's where I had the RDAP unit. RDAP is a residential drug treatment program. And I chose to live in that unit for 3 years. So basically, I did 3 years of rehab.
Okay.
I took advantage of all of it. I did what I had to do, and I came out, and I've not looked back. Not looked back. God's had his hand on me this whole time. Because I came out of prison. Shouldn't have been able to get a job at the place I got a job. It was a store that says they'll hire felons, but they really don't. I walked in there with the ankle monitor on, which they couldn't see because I had jeans on. Got the job. It was in construction. And that's what paved the way for where I'm at today.
All right. We'll get there. At what point did you have encounter with God?
I had so many contacts with God. So when I first got to federal prison, 2014 is when my mom passed away.
Oh. Did
While
she
I was
ever
in prison.
visited you?
No.
You came to visit?
No, 2014 is when my mom passed away. And about 2 or 3 days after that is she came to me in my dream. And she was sitting in a chair, hair all done, makeup all perfect, her garnet earrings, had to make sure. And there was like a light beside her, and she said, "Honey, I'm okay now. I'm okay." And
was
I
she
was
sick
like,
or something?
she had cancer, but she was also a severe alcoholic drug addict. So there was her body couldn't fight anything off And really, I feel this is not a doctor thing. I feel that when you do a lot of drugs and alcohol, you're just pouring gasoline on any kind of illness that you have. And it just multiplies it because your body can't fight anything off. So that was, it wasn't my first contact, but that was probably one of the first one that was like, okay, this is crazy. But I had that whole feeling of it's going to be okay. So that was like the first time I was just like, there's something to this. And then I continued to go to church and try to read about the Bible and read the Bible. And that was kind of the start of it.
Did your husband came to visit you while she was in prison with your daughter?
No.
Why?
Too caught up in the drug world. And plus, I was all the way down in Houston. He was in Tulsa. But that's really not the reason. The real reason is he was too caught up in the drug world to come down there. So.
Who was your daughter living at that time when you was gone?
She lived with him part of the time. Part of the time she had her own place, or she was going through her own stuff. So.
How long did you guys stay after you got out of prison?
We stayed together until here recently, and he got sick and he just passed away 2 months ago.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Take me through this, right? How does communication inside the prison like?
No cell phones. You just have little pay phones, and you get 350 minutes a month. A month. That sounds like a lot. It's not. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You have a certain amount of minutes, and that's all you've got to use every month. That's it. And then there's a computer and there's email. You can email only the people that are on your list that you can email.
How do people sneak in phones?
Don't know.
Oh.
I mean, how do they get all the drugs in there? It's full of drugs in there. How does that happen? Don't know.
How was your state of mind? Always being confined to one place, because you're like, yeah, Lord, I'm just in here. This is my life now. What am I going to do? How was your state of mind?
Actually, I stayed pretty okay. Yeah, it is what it is. I put myself there. I had no choice. I had to stay. There was nothing anybody could do to get me out. So I made the best of it. That's why I got busy and learned something. I didn't just sit there and do nothing all day. I learned something.
What are some activities you got yourself involved in prison? Like, was you doing certain things positively in there? Tell me some.
Well, I went to school pretty much the whole time I was there. I got certified for electrical, carpentry, paralegal, personal trainer. I'm a certified personal trainer.
Okay.
I did all kinds of stuff. In my 6 years of being in there, I was busy. And then I worked out. I taught workout classes. I worked in the electrical department. I learned to drive all kinds of heavy machinery type stuff. Everything that I did, though, I feel like was God paving the way for where I'm at today.
So, I'll ask this. How does folks in prison maintain diversity? Because there are different groups or race of people in there. Mm-hmm. How do you guys live together? Or how do you guys cohabitate or relate?
It's a vibe.
Well, I really don't. I never had a problem. There was a lot of racial diversity in there. Generally, Native Americans hung with Native Americans, whites, Mexicans, and the blacks. It was pretty diverse. I stuck to myself. I only talked to 2 or 3 people. So I just kind of sat back and watched all of it. I tried to stay out of all that. That's how you get in trouble in prison, is if you're in the mix of any of that. So I just stayed out of it, stayed to myself. And generally, it's kind of like out here in the world. That's kind of how we would refer to it in there. Anything outside of the fence would be the world. Because we were on our own planet. It was definitely its own planet. Yeah. So actually, it was kind of like a world of its own. It was very strange. But I don't know. I just didn't have any problems. I liked everybody, unless you gave me a reason not to. And I was quiet. Didn't mess with anybody. Stayed to myself. Don't talk to people. And they were like, well, same as like out here. Stay to yourself. Hang around with people that you want to be like. Don't hang around people that look like fun. Hang around the person that you want to be. And you will become. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. There's never been a truer statement. So I stayed over here with the people that were not in trouble, that were doing the right thing, and I didn't have any problems.
Who among your family members or relatives you was cool with before prison came to visit you?
Nobody.
Really?
No.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't have visitors. My husband came one time.
How about your dad? He never showed up?
No.
All right, tell me this. When you got released and you stepped out of the prison walls, how was it feeling? What was different?
Oh my gosh. When I got out?
Yep.
Oh, everything. Because in my mind, everything was just like it was when I left. I got out and I was like, that wasn't a store. That was a field. Why is there a shopping center here? Just everything is so different. And then the fast pace of our life now out here, it's crazy. When you're in there, everything's just very, it's 6 o'clock. This is what we do at 6 o'clock. This is what we do at 7 o'clock. Everything was just and it was slow. I mean, there's nothing to do. Nothing really.
The day you were about to get released, right, or get out of prison, how did you feel? What was the experience like? Who did you talk to? Or who did you had the last one-on-one conversation with or encounter with in the prison, cells or ward before getting out the day?
Oh, I talked to because I remember I lived in the drug treatment unit.
Yeah.
So you become pretty close to them because everybody was on the same path. And still today I talk to them.
Okay, that's great.
Still today. And not all of them, but a few relapsed and a few have died.
Oh.
So drugs are no joke. But they're the ones I'm in contact with now. I mean, they're great people.
Are they doing better?
Doing great.
That's awesome.
One works for the state of Alaska.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I could go on and on about how some people have just totally changed their lives around. And that's the people I like to be around. And that's the people I was talking to right before I got out. And then but I will tell you, when I got home, that probably first month of being home,
It's a vibe.
it was the loneliest I've ever been in my life.
How?
Because I didn't want to talk to anybody I did know, because all those people were still doing
fake.
drugs.
Yep.
My husband was still doing drugs. I would talk to my daughter on the phone, but she lived all the way across town. I had no license, no money, no car. She had no license, no money, no car. So I was in this house my house that I lived in before I went to prison all alone. Now remember, I've been in prison for 6 years. 3,000 women around me at all times. Noise all the time. Noise, noise, noise. To a home by yourself, all alone.
It's a vibe.
What do you do? What do you do with yourself? You can't. I got a phone, but to work it, it was not like we do it now. You know, we just. What? It wasn't the same. Everything was different. Uber, Lyft, what? We didn't have that when I went in. Or not that I ever used. Of course, I had a car, but so I didn't know anything about any of that. No money. It was very different. And it took me a little while to adjust. First time in Walmart, I thought I was going to have a panic attack. People just running around, shopping, da-da-da-da, all this noise, all these people moving around. I was just like, whoa.
Who came and got you when you got out?
My husband did. Yep. And we drove straight from Houston all the way to Tulsa.
Did he brought your daughter?
No.
Why? Because you didn't want to see your daughter.
Yeah, I did, but I don't know why. But I went from Houston to Oklahoma City to the halfway house, and he did bring her there to the halfway house.
Okay.
But that was no place to have a visit.
Did you miss your daughter?
Oh, yeah. Tremendously. That's my best friend. Of course, back then it was way different, but now that's my best friend. It's my daughter, my best friend. I mean, we do everything together. So, yeah, it was really hard. It was just unbelievably hard. But you know what? You just have to, especially while you're in prison, you just have to push those feelings down and move forward because you can't dwell. Can't. There's nothing you can do to change it. You're there.
I see. How did you balance life after you got out of prison? Like, hey, it's a new world now. Like, you're trying to start everything afresh.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do it?
I'm very strong-willed. I called on a friend of mine in Oklahoma City, and I was like, hey, can you help me get a car? I need a car. He was like, sure, you don't have a license. I'm like, it's okay, we'll get a license. So he found me a car, let me borrow the money. So I got a car. He came up to Tulsa. We did my driving test, got a license, got a car. In business. So got that far. I started looking for a job. This was about 2 months after I got out. And within 2 months of me getting out, I had a car, a license, and a job.
That's good.
And I stayed with that job for the next 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. So that's maybe, yeah, it was 5 years. Yeah. And that's just what I did. The same thing I did in prison, which was very routine. I had my workout schedule, very routine. Instead of letting myself get off track to where I was not in my routine anymore, I immediately went to work to get a job, get my license, get everything in line, go get a job. Work, 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 work. And I think that's what helped me tremendously.
What's the most valuable lesson prison taught you?
Cannot control other people. They're gonna be who they are. Be who you are. And that's what matters. Be who you are. You don't have to tell everybody about it. You don't have to walk it. You have to walk it, but you don't have to put a poster up. Know who you are on the inside. Believe in doing what you want to do. Because that's what I did. Squeakiest wheel gets the oil. That's how I got in classes. Because every time I'd go sign up for class, they were like, oh, the wait list is too long. You can wait. It'll be a couple of years. No, I don't take no for an answer. So I would go every day, talk to that teacher every day. Finally, he was like, my God, okay, I had someone drop out. You're in. So that taught me a lesson right there. If you want something, you go get it. Go get it. So that's what I did. Went to that class. 6 months, that was carpentry class. And then I was on the wait list for the electrical. Oh, no. Deanise ain't waiting on no wait list. Every day. Every day. He was like, my gosh, okay.
What support system did you have from your husband when you got out?
A house to live in. He still had the house. I mean, he would put some groceries in the house and stuff. I don't want to say he was at fault because he was battling his own demons. He did the best he could for what he knew to do because he was battling his own. So that was, did I have much support? No, not really. But I did have a house. The bills were, the gas, electric, and water was all on. And then from there, I took it on myself.
Did he ever want to quit or get out of drug usage?
No. That's why he's dead today.
That's sad.
It is. Super sad. Super sad. Yeah.
Did you ever thought the life you live,
Yeah.
your daughter could also pick up the same if you don't change?
He did. His son did pick up and start doing what he was doing. My daughter did what I did. I did what my parents did. I mean, it just becomes the norm. But now I've changed. My daughter's changed. So my grandson, he'll never see it. He'll never see that side of life. Until he's older. I mean, you run into it as kids, right? But it's not going to be a normal thing. So hopefully we broke the generational curse.
You had an entrepreneurship spirit in you.
Oh, yeah.
When you were a kid.
Yeah.
So at what time and point did you decide, okay, I've worked for this company for this amount of years. I want to start my own thing?
Well, so here's the deal. When God puts something in front of you, are you going to open the door? Or are you going to turn around, walk away, and hope he opens it or shows you again? Everything had happened like in line. It's crazy. This is absolutely craziness. So I was driving I was still working for this other company, and I was driving down the road. And I saw this Jeep Gladiator at this car lot. And I was like, you know what? I like that. I'm going to go check it out. I go check it out. Drove off with it. And that was the start. That was December of 18. No. December of 20. It was right before the pandemic. God, I think. I can't remember now. Anyways, somewhere right in there. No, it wasn't right before the pandemic. It was 23. Because, yeah, it was 23. And that was December. In January, my dad got real sick and died. So I went down to Midland, Texas he was dying. So I went down there, helped with all the final decisions and all of that. And my little brother was down there living with him. He was also on drugs and severely strung out. So I was like, dude, here's the deal. I'm selling this house. I'll give you half of the profit, but you have nowhere to live here. Do you want to come to Oklahoma, or do you want to stay down here? It's your choice. He was like, no, I'm going to come with you. So thank God I had a truck that I'd just gotten 2 weeks before. Still had paper tags on it. I was able to load my brother up, bring him to Oklahoma. And so it was right after that. So I get him up here. About 6 months later, the company I was working for decided that they were going to take my commission away.
Why?
You know, they were real smart. These big companies, they're real smart. They do things that just make no sense. So they took the commission away, and they were going to give us all higher base salaries. Well, I'm up here because I get quite a bit of commission. Because, I mean, what am I? I'm a salesman, right?
Yeah.
I can sell anything. So I'm up here. Their base salary brings me to here. The people that don't work and they go sit at home on their couch all day, they got up here.
It's a vibe.
What? No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. So, needless to say, I quit. A little bit before that, though, just about 2 weeks before that happened, a friend of mine that I'd known for a while that was in the cabinet business, I'd met her while I was there at that job, and she said, I think I'm going to go out and start my own cabinet business. I was like,
You could also do the same.
I think I can do that. I'll sell for you. How's that sound? She was like, great. I'll do it part-time and I'll keep my other job. Well, then here 2 weeks, you know, they dropped my pay. I was like, not doing it, not doing it. So I was like, I looked at my daughter and I was like, I think I'm going to start my own business.
And then what did
You want to do it with me? And she said, sure, Mom. What are we doing? I said, we're going to sell cabinets. She said, what? She said, I don't even know how to hammer in a nail. I said, we'll figure it out. So here we are, sitting at my kitchen table. We type up all of our paperwork. We get our little business started, come up with the name. And so he gave me the truck because I needed a truck to be in the cabinet business. Yeah. And then my friend gave me the idea.
But first, you went to prison.
Yes.
You learned about it. Started
That's
there.
That's right. Started there.
Yep.
Because I also learned the drive to work.
Hold on. You had that passion when you were a kid.
You're right.
Selling drugs.
Selling drugs,
Not just using it like, nah, I'll be, you know what I mean?
That's right. I'm going to be up here.
I'm going to be the plug. I'll sell you there. Yeah. And then you went to prison, learn how, you know what I mean?
And I changed it. It's a transferable skill set. I took my transferable skill set from being over here in the drug world. I learned how to deal with people. I learned about money. I learned inventory. I learned all of these things. How to find people to sell to, how to keep them happy, all the things you have to do to sell. I took all those skills, wrapped them up into what I do now. And so here we are.
That's wonderful.
Here we are. And every time I would turn around, God opened another door. Like me and my daughter were working out of my home office at my house. This guy said, hey, you can come office over here with me. Just every time you sell a kitchen, use me for your countertops. It was a countertop place. I was like, cool. So we did that for 4 or 5 months. Well, there was reasons that we had to leave there. But we were doing well. Like we started this business with no money. No money. Just a dream. That was it. A dream and drive. And she still worked her full-time job. I didn't. I was full on working at the cabinets. And that's how the cabinet ladies all became. And so we had to, this guy, he was having money problems. So we were like, okay, we got to go. We don't want to get roped into these problems. So I told my daughter, I said, well, I don't know what we're going to do, but I guess let's go drive around and see if we can find somewhere.
Yeah.
So we go drive around the building we're in now. Said for lease.
Oh,
Okay. We saw that on Monday. By Friday, we were moving in.
that's like a miracle.
Yes. Barely had enough money. We got in there. We were like, oh God, it was an auto repair shop before we got it. So, it didn't look very good, right? It was rough. We were like, oh God, okay. So, and then in the middle of all this, before I left that countertop place, the guy that I buy my cabinets from out of Florida,
Yeah.
he came up here to talk to the countertop guy about this big crane for the countertops. And I guess he didn't really like him or something. Because he ended up coming to my office. And we sat and chopped it up and talked and just had a good old time. He ended up sending me $100,000 worth of cabinets on consignment.
Oh.
Doesn't know me. Does not know me. He said the Spirit told him to do it. Okay? That's how I got started. Everything about my whole thing, it was all God. That doesn't happen.
God is the center of
Yes.
everything around you.
Everything. That's the only way it would happen. Before I became a true believer, I was like, okay, yeah, it's coincidence. That's not really. There can't be a God. I was one of those. Prove it. Prove it. Because nobody knows if it's real. Man wrote the Bible. I was that person, man did write the Bible, but there are things in the Bible you can't explain. And there's actual facts that back some of the things in the Bible. And if you really read the Bible, it's just talking about people, how people live. Everything you can imagine that's in life now is in the Bible. From domestic violence, incest, rape, everything. All that stuff's in there, and how to deal with it is in there. So it's more to me now than what it was then. But God has just every step of the way put a door in front of me, and I was like, well, let's take a step. Let's see what happens.
All right. Tell me this. What are some of the challenges you encountered when you had the initiation that, hey, I want to start my own business?
Bookkeeping. I'm not a college graduate. QuickBooks? What? What do you mean? I have to have this, and I have to have insurance for that, and I have to have workers' comp, and I can't just 1099 everybody? No, you can't. There's certain rules. So it was all that stuff of learning all the things you have to do for business. That was a challenge. But again, God put me into the connections of this networking group that I'm involved with. And I just talk to people. People are so good. They will help you. If I had a question, I would just go ask somebody and get what their opinion was on it. I might go ask a couple of more, get their opinions on it, mend all that together and be like, okay, I think this is what we should do. People are so good if you surround yourself with good people.
Is everyone meant to be an entrepreneur?
No. To be an entrepreneur, you have to be a self-starter. You have to be okay being broke. Because if you don't go out and make that money, you don't have someone else that's going to write that check. You have to. You have to be very strong-willed. And some people, they think they're ready for it, but they're not. And then that's when you start seeing a lot of people fail. Because it's a lot of work.
Did you had doubting Thomases when you started, like, hey, doing your business? Like, yeah, I'm doing my business. Did you have people in your family who were doubting you?
No. My family did not doubt me at all. They think I'll end up being a trillionaire eventually. Most of my family that were never into the drugs or anything, because I didn't talk to them for a long time because, of course, I was into the drugs, right? Well, now I'm not. So now I'm back talking to all of them. All of them say, you would already be a trillionaire if you would never have gone down that path. So I've always been very strong-willed, go-getter, gonna make it happen. Now I think age is kind of starting to play in a little bit, and now I'm a little bit more calm. I don't take as many risks as I used to.
So share with me what certain risk then you would take.
What's a risk that I would have taken then that I
Yeah.
don't take now?
Yep.
As much debt, I would have jumped in full force and probably went and got a big, huge loan and everything before. Now I don't. For this business, I started with no money. I was like, we're either going to make it or we're not. I don't want to go in debt. So
In 10 years' time, how do you want to see this business?
It's a vibe.
I plan to franchise. That's my goal. Because this is a business that women can do in the construction field. They can be very successful. And because it's not a lot of hard, heavy labor. And we have the eye for design. And if you like people, I mean, this is great. It's a great business. So that's what I want to do.
Have you had any issue with a client you're trying doing a job for, and then he or she be like, nah, it was proving difficult?
Oh, yeah. Lots of challenging jobs. Yeah. But you know what? That's what makes it fun. You figure it out. Make it happen. One thing good about the construction field,
It's a
you can always fix it. You can fix it. You may not know how, but you know somebody that knows how. That's the important key of being an entrepreneur. Relationships. It's also the important key of life. Relationships. Nothing, you can't buy them. You can't wish for them. You have to get out there and talk to people and be genuine, be truthful, be who you are, because those people want to be around you. They want to help you. And something goes astray, you know people. I know people. Anything that goes wrong, I know somebody that can fix it. I mean, I'll have to pay for it. My mistake, right?
vibe.
All right.
Make a mistake, you got to pay for it. But
We all have certain principles we live with. What are some set of your principles you live with?
honesty, sobriety, joy. Now, God first. God's there. Family, friends. There's a difference between a friend and an acquaintance. And some friends come, they may be just a seasonal friend. They may just be a passerby. But gain what you can from that person. I guess that's my big ones. Integrity, honesty. Don't overcharge people. Be fair. There's no reason to try to make $1 million off one person. Treat everybody fair, the way you want to be treated.
If you had a chance to start all over again, what would you do different?
Start my life over.
Yep.
Never use drugs. Never do drugs.
What would you want to be remembered for?
That's a really good one. That's a challenging question right there. Probably for how I treat people. Yeah. Truly, I try to treat everybody the way I want to be treated.
That's good.
It's a vibe.
Your family members, right? Those still on drugs, do you have conversations with them?
This is crazy. They're all off drugs.
Oh, how did that happen?
Well, my mom and dad both passed away. My little brother, he's not little brother, he's 47. Oh my gosh, he's 48 because I just turned 51. So he's sober. My aunt, which is my mom's sister, she's sober. My daughter's sober. That I don't have a big family. That's pretty much it. And we're all sober now.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So the passing away or the death of your parents kind of like changed them to be like, hey, we got to turn a new leaf.
No, I don't think it had to do anything to do with them passing. The only thing it might have had to do with them passing is, for me, I can't speak for my brother, but for me is I'm no longer trying to seek that validation from them. So now I'm free.
When you encounter young kids trying to tell the same path you did, your previous or your past life, what conversations do you have with them?
I tell them everything that I've been through, because if they've just started that path, I want to tell them what it's like. Here, this is what happens if you continue. You'll go to prison. If you're the lucky one, you go to prison. So many have died. So many. My husband just died, and the drugs were a part of that. My mother died from the alcohol and drugs. My father died with a meth pipe. Going to prison's the easy part. Living on the streets, living in that chaos. I know it, to them at the moment, it doesn't feel like chaos. It feels normal because I was there. Please take the help. Go to a minimum of 1 year drug rehab. Minimum. And the reason I say that is because I tried a 30-day. I tried 60 days. I tried 90 days. I tried 6 months. If it's not at least a year, your body doesn't even have time to totally clean out from the drugs and for your mind to clear up enough for you to even want to change, to truly change. So that's my suggestion. And then I always tell them, don't let the past hold you down. If you've been convicted of a felony, if you've lived on the street, if you've anything, so what? So what? You can own $1 million business. Just got to work for it. I'm living proof.
I think your life should be made
It's a vibe.
to a movie or a book. I think you should write a book on your life.
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Because it is, if I really sat down, oh my gosh. All the way back to my childhood, my mom was driving drunk. And we were all in the van. And she went down this cliff. And the van hit a tree.
Oh,
And that's what stopped it from going off the cliff.
that is crazy.
Yes. And this
How
is just...
old was you?
I was probably 6 because my brother was little. Yeah.
She was drunk
Drunk.
driving?
Yes. And back then we didn't wear seatbelts. Remember, I'm old.
Yeah.
So
It's a vibe.
just the things that I've lived through, I don't even know. It's by the grace of God I'm still here. Honestly. So many times. Been chained to a steering wheel while somebody was digging my grave. And the cops just happened to show up. What?
That is crazy.
There's so many things, but that's why I know that there's something out there. We all know it's God. But to the people that want to call it universe or whatever they want to call it, it's all the same to me. My God has had his hand on me this whole time. Whole time. All the way back to when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I mean, when my parents fought, they fought. I mean, my dad broke my mom's legs. It was severe. When I talk about domestic violence, it was bad. And my aunt, when I was born, gave me this plate, and it was a Jesus plate. Had Jesus' head on it. It was gold around it. And it always hung in my room. So I would sit and I would pray to that plate. Because I was a little kid. I didn't know. To me, that was God, right? So So one night it was like a light shined down out of it. People can say I'm crazy or not, but it was honest to God. And God said it was going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And you know what? I'm still here. And it's okay.
You had experience with your parents, fighting domestic abuse and then all of that. Did that transcend into your relationship with your husband?
Not the third husband. That was the last one. The first one it did. He was abusive. And I left him after, I think we were together 3 years. And I left. And then I went to prison. My second husband, I actually met while I was in prison.
How did you meet? Was in prison? How?
Because I worked on a road crew out picking up trash.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's how I met him. And when I got out, I moved in with him. That became husband number 2.
How long were you guys?
5 years. And he didn't do drugs or anything. He was a good guy.
So how didn't they work?
It was good because I was sober most of it. But there toward the end, I started using again. And then it fell apart, of course. But it was never his fault. It was all me. 100% me. And that's when, and then I met my latest husband, the one that just died. And him and I were together for 20 years.
Oh, that's good.
But it wasn't, I mean, it was good. It was bad. It was everything in between. But the last 6 years of it, I've been sober.
I see. That's great. Your story is amazing and inspiring.
Well, I just want everybody to know that they can do it.
Yeah.
Can do anything you set your mind to. I mean, look what I came from to owning a business. Woman-owned construction business at that. So
I'll ask you this, right? How did he came out with the name, the Cabinet Ladies?
that was Jazz.
Oh, okay.
That was all Jazz.
Okay.
She chat GPT'd it and it came up with all these different names. She was like, I like that one.
But before that, did he had a name in mind?
No.
Okay.
She was like, female-owned cabinet business. Give me a name of one. And it popped out all these ones. And she was like, I like that one, Mom. I was like, cool. Because I didn't care. I'm pretty laid back. I don't care.
Let's do it.
And then she was like, on the logo, she was like, I think this is the way I want the logo to look. I was like, great. Love it. Whatever you want. So that was all her.
So when clients and customers come to you, like, hey, do you guys listen to them and be like, hey, what they want or what you guys, the custom designs you guys have? How is that business aspect work like? Because certain businesses, when you go, they be like, hey, this is what we got. Choose or none. How is your business run in that way?
Oh, no. What I want to make their dream come true. If they want whatever they want, I can do. A lot of times, though, they don't really know what they want. So we have to really fish for it. Do you like this? What if we put this and this together? Do you like that? Oh, let's go to your house. Let's take a look. Let's put it in your lighting. And if I go to their house, I can kind of see what they like, and then I'm like, okay, so they're rustic people. Let's show them rustic stuff. And I help them get to their dream. Because that's sometimes the hardest part is what do they really want? And then when it comes to how it's designed, like what cabinets go where, all that stuff, I always tell people, imagine yourself there. And I usually do a design and then I print off pictures for them, like this wall, this wall, this wall. And I tell them to go put that picture up on that wall, stand in your kitchen and look and be like, yes, I can imagine my silverware being there, this being there. Yeah, I like the way that flows. And that's how I like to start it. And that's how I generally get to the design part.
So far, what's your favorite job or task you've worked on?
I really don't have, well, I do have a favorite. It was a white kitchen and we used a beautiful quartzite. We did lighting everywhere. We did under the toe kick lighting. It was just an absolutely gorgeous job.
You guys want to just stay in here in Oklahoma, or you want to expand to other states?
I want to franchise out.
Okay.
That's what I want to see happen. And I want to be able to hand it in other states to other women that want to pursue this, because this is something that they can do, and it's so much fun, and it's just a good business. It's not easy, but it's a good business.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
All right. Deanise, thank you for having you on this episode.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I'm glad you came on to share your story.
I'm so glad.
Inspiring. It's really inspiring. From coming from an abusive home, getting involved in drugs, getting caught, serving time, getting out, getting a job, starting your own business, and trying to inspire others.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else?
That's the dream, though. If I could help one person, it's all worth it. So my goal is to help as many as I can. That's how we change the world. That's how.
Okay, so your camera over there, you're wrapping this up. Your last and final words to maybe a young kid watching this, that hey, he or she feels there's no hope. He or she's involved in drugs or wherever. That's your camera.
If you're out there and you're struggling today with drugs or alcohol, or just caught up in the chaos and don't know how to get out, reach out. Reach out for some help. There's sober living houses that you can go and get a fresh start. It's really worth it. And if you work hard, connect with the right people, and make sure you go to some different support groups. Find the one that works for you, and just start one day at a time. One day at a time. Don't give up. Don't let somebody telling you no stand in your way, and get out there and get it. And next thing you know, you're going to be sitting right here doing a podcast, owning $1 million business.
All right. You heard it all. You heard it all. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a deep and insightful conversation. Coming out from an abusive home, getting into the drug game, going to prison, coming out, building a multi-million-dollar company. What else? There's hope for you, and you, and you. Guys, I've been your host and friend, Kenna the Greatest, on One-on-One on K84 Podcast. And you know what? If you had not become part of the K84 family and community, kindly go on all social media platforms. Search K84 Podcast and stay connected. Catch you on another episode.
It's KKATL, turn up, it's official.